It's obviously great to be part of the celebration that is going on this day. The product itself, I very bullish, remain very bullish on it, that it's best, this next 50 years are going to be better than its last 50 years on it. I think the thing that probably impresses me the most about it as we kind of reflect on it is that even though this industry has obviously grown dramatically since its early days, is really the ability of people who are involved in the whole life cycle of a transaction, how well they still communicate, and the spirit of cooperation on problem solving. I think, as entities or firms or industries get bigger and they expand, sometimes those lines of communication either break down or they get siloed. That's not the case here with options. There's a lot of good communication between the exchanges, the clearinghouses, broker deals, and the clients, and I think that really sets them up well for the next 50 years. It was last December, the SEC dropped 4 equity market structure proposals that would have if they were implemented in their current form and implemented all together, it would have a dramatic impact on how stocks are traded. That obviously has a spillover or a knock-on effect to options as well. It's a very holistic, wholesale change in how stocks would be trading here. As far as these proposals go, I mean, listen, it's still a lot of details need to be worked out on them, so we don't know what exactly they're going to look like in their final form. But we are, somewhat confident that we're going to see things change in some of the more liquid securities, that they'll be trading in increments less than a penny. So that obviously will have a knock-on effect into the options marketplace. And then I think, also just around more transparency, which is not a bad thing, around how orders are executed, the quality of the execution, and then how that is going to impact, how people view their executions on options as well. So, it's a lot going on, a lot to be digested here, but we will be seeing changes probably in the next, 2 to 4 years. I like to kind of, compare STA today versus STA 2019 before the whole COVID and pandemic came into effect here. So I think, listen, this is our first full year of operating in a post-COVID environment, and we are optimistic about for both the affiliates and also at the national level. We've had 2 things, lessons learned from COVID that I think are going to help us with our future here. One is that there is a renewed sense of the importance of in-person events. People want to be around each other. They want to consummate these relationships in person and having a shared experience. And then 2, the ability to also incorporate a virtual aspect into the affiliate, their ability to go out and reach a broad audience and put on content in that matter as well. So for us, listen, we're very happy that our newsletter is going out to 33,000 people. We have another 25,000 people on LinkedIn. We have, the Twitter account. So we do feel good about how we've incorporated the virtual aspect across the social media platforms, but at the same time, maintaining never forgetting that people want in-person experiences. They want to be around each other, just make the table a little bit bigger so we can get more seats around it. When I think of education, I think of options. I kind of put them into 2 categories. Like the first category is how much education the options industry provides to investors, and RIAs, not just on what the products are, but how your ability to give investors the ability to self-assess their own skill sets on it. Like, how smart am I in options? Your ability to do that. The second part, though, on the education side is around how we educate legislators and regulators on the options marketplace, because we do think that there is misinformation out there on it. I think when terms like options versus derivatives are used, it gets a different response from people, and usually that response down there is driven by how much they know or don't know about the product. People in Congress, not just the SEC, not just FINRA, but also at the Fed and at the Treasury, who are looking at this asset class from a risk perspective.